man, you were at the game. You saw Brock Purdy. You told me he looked really good. But one guy that disagrees with you is Nick Wright, man. And he keeps saying stuff. And he said something pretty crazy, a few things. But let's check this clip out, man.
So unless he's headed to the hospital, he's taking dubs.
Amen to that.
In fact, here's the list of youngest QBs to throw for 700 yards, 4 touchdowns, and no interceptions.
Wow.
It's a great list.
That's an even better list than,
Your Jimmy G list?
Yeah.
Dusty the list.
That's a great list, though.
Great list. Nick, are you ready to believe in Purdy? Come on.
No.
Oh.
Did you just see the graph?
Listen, I guess my question is this. Am I allowed to have an opinion that is different than what someone would have if all they had done was they were in a coma, they woke up, and they read the box scores? Am I allowed to, or does that have to be my opinion? If that has to be my opinion, you guys should say it. Because if you had never watched him play, and you just read the box scores, you would have an opinion.
I was in the coma.
Maybe, I'm not... But if you've watched him play, I put out a very simple test on Twitter yesterday. And I said, hey, do me a favor, America. Get a little sheet of paper, put check marks for plays, throws, where you go, yikes, that was bad, and check marks for throws where you go, wow, that was great. And I ended up doing it, and I came along what I think most people did, about 5 yikes and 2 wows. And I'll show you the wows.
Sure.
One of them, and by the way, I had to fight with Dusty to get this one included in the wows. I thought this was a great throw. A great throw. Dusty was arguing he could have gotten tipped. I thought it was a great throw. He layers it over.
Great throw, Dust.
The touchdown throw, obviously, at the end of the game. This is a great throw. Now, I'm not certain his eyes were open, but regardless, it was a great throw. I'm putting it in the wows. The yikes, I'll show you the worst ones. But it started the game. I skipped the very first throw of the game. That's his receiver playing defense. This one is, of course, a perfect Brock Purdy play. It's a disastrous play that's a 20-yard gain simultaneously. And then the play in the end zone. So that's all I'm asking. Can I have an opinion based on watching him play? Because if it's just the numbers, Dusty, show me the graphic. Something's going to stand out to you on this. What you have here is 5 of the greatest players ever, a guy from the CFL who played 1 year for Eric Dickerson's Rams,
also
35 years old, also named Brock Oddly. And then what do the other 2 quarterbacks have in common? Is it the strong jawline, the dimpled chin, or is it playing for the Kyle Shanahan 49ers? And is that not possibly slightly dispositive evidence that I should be able to have a larger sample size before I anoint him? Because based on the numbers, he is not good. Based on the numbers, he's great. Based on the numbers, he is a future MVP. And if you don't think he is one of, hands down, the 5 best quarterbacks in football, you are actually doing the same thing I'm doing.
No. You know what he is, Nick? He is like, he's a true point guard. Not a flashy true point guard like Magic Johnson or Jason Kidd that's going to give you a bunch of wild plays. But he's like a John Stockton.
What about Mario Chalmers with the Heat?
No, I don't know. I would not say Mario Chalmers. No. Seriously.
Okay. I think his physical attributes, and I think
they haven't hurt him.
I think they will. And for at some point, I don't know when he got knocked out of the NFC title game. I think it hurt him a little bit.
Every quarterback that played for them got knocked out of the game.
So you think he spent more time in the weight room? I think
smaller athletes are more injury prone.
All right, dude. What do you think about this, man? What do you think about Nick Wright taking another shot at Brock Purdy?
The disrespect, man. I don't know what was more disrespectful, saying that he made that throw to Deebo Samuel, which was perfect timing, right in the corner end zone, right by the pylon. The defender had no chance today. Said that he was closing his eyes while he made that throw. But that might not even be the most disrespectful part. The Mario Chalmers comparison, because he's been using a point guard analogy, and to compare him to Mario Chalmers, is essentially Mario Chalmers didn't do anything when the Heat won those finals. Obviously, that was LeBron, D-Wade. So that's essentially what he's getting at. He's saying that Brock Purdy really isn't doing anything, that anyone could do it. I don't know what's up with Nick Wright, because he has some guys he calls on his Mahomes Mountain that are up there that they're pretty solid, but I think Purdy is better than them. If not, he's on his way to be better than them. And he's beaten most of those guys that are up there too. So the way in sports works is whoever you beat, if you beat that guy in front of you, I acknowledge you as better. So he hasn't lost. The guy's undefeated when he's played the entire game. So Nick Wright, I think, is tripping. But what you think, man?
Yeah, man. Every day he seems to be taking shots. He says he's just not a believer yet, and I don't know what the hell it's gonna take for him to actually believe in this guy, because I've seen enough where I know he's at least a good quarterback. He can't even say that, man. So I don't know what else, man. When I was just hearing him go on and on, I was like, oh my gosh, this is probably the worst thing I've heard him actually say. The other time it was he's gonna turn into a pumpkin at midnight. Now he's saying this stuff where he had his eyes closed, looking like Stevie Wonder out there. So I don't know, man. I don't know what it's gonna take. It's probably gonna take him having to win the damn Super Bowl for have those naysayers like Nick Wright finally shut up, because damn, man, it's not looking good as far as the pundits. But as far as us fans, we believe, man. We really think that he's the guy. And me and you were kind of critical on quarterbacks. We always tell it like it is, whether it be Jimmy Garoppolo or even Kaepernick those last years, even Jeff Garcia that last year with him. So we're really tough, but what we see something is something special. And I don't know what it's going to take, just because he probably doesn't have that prototypical arm, 6'5". But what I see is just brains right here, and that's what matters. So let the naysayers keep talking, but Nick Wright, man, I don't know what to say. I think he's trying to boil 49er fans' balls right now, but I think we're gonna get ours though. I think he's gonna shut up a lot of naysayers. Brock Purdy.
Yeah, man. And Brock Purdy keeps throwing for 300 yards like that with those touchdowns. He won't be able to talk for very long. So Brock Purdy's doing his thing, and that's with him having that slow start to the game. Imagine if he freaking would have hit those early throws too. He probably would have went for 400, but that was the first time he really saw a blitz pretty consistently. But he picked it up. The boy wonder, brainiac. He figured it out, and he tore him up after a while.
Yeah, man. But that's what we got. Let us know what you think about that little weasel, Nick Wright, talking that trash. Let us know down below. Make sure to comment, subscribe. Talk to you next time. Peace.